We're going to start with Congressman Charlie Rangel. Luke Russert is NBC News' Capitol Hill correspondent. And Luke, let's start with a contrite Charlie Rangel today at a Harlem press conference. First, we're going to play the exchange he had with you late yesterday, and then we're going to go to what Congressman Rangel said today. Let's roll it.
All right.
So losing your job? What are you talking about? You're just trying to make copy? What job? The one I got?
Yeah. I mean, these are presentably serious violations.
How do you think I got my job? I was elected, right? How do you think I lose it?
Well, there's two ways. You can lose it by if your colleagues voted you out of here because of ethics violations, or if your constituents did not
What
find
station
you
are you from?
NBC, MSNBC.
Well, it doesn't really sound like NBC asking these dumb questions, but it just shows what has really happened to a channel that did have some respect.
All right, and now let's play Congressman Rangel this afternoon at his Harlem press conference.
And I called this morning and had a very good conversation with Luke Russert and apologizing for the way I treated him on television. But it's awkward when you can't give answers to questions, and sometimes reporters feel compelled to go beyond what I can do.
All right, let's take this in two parts, Luke. Number one, the public relations aspect to this. Clearly, he realized how poorly he came across, that he came across like somebody who was being evasive, being a bully, whatever you want to look at it as, and he was trying to fix that today.
He absolutely was, Chuck. I mean, something that you and I talked about this morning with Andrea is that you can often, as a politician, have a strategy to sort of blame the media, if you will, sort of saying it's the media making a mischaracterization about me and my policies, and but these allegations against me are false, but I can't say necessarily anything right now, but the media has it wrong, so I'm going to make the media coverage of me the story. And that's what Mr. Rangel chose to do with me yesterday. Obviously, we weren't asking really pressing questions about specifics about what the allegations were. We were simply asking myself and my colleagues around me, are you worried whether or not you're going to lose your job? He's facing a very stiff primary opponent coming up in September that's going to give him a real shot there. Also, with these type of allegations, there's a real chance, Chuck, and I spoke to two vulnerable House Democrats today, that if this were to go to a vote on the House floor, there's a real chance that Nancy Pelosi does not have the votes to protect Mr. Rangel. Remember, that's how he lost his gavel back in March, that he did not have the votes to protect him back then. That would be the same right now just for him to be a member of Congress. It's a very, very tough situation for Mr. Rangel right now, and every Democrat I've spoken to, a man and to a woman, has said we do not want this public trial going forward on Thursday. It is absolutely the last thing we want in an election year.
Well, walk us through this timeline, Luke. What is Thursday? We heard Congressman Rangel refer to it today. What happens Thursday? And then walk us through the process, assuming it continues on this course of where he's going to basically fight these charges in the Ethics Committee.
Well, Chuck, Charlie Rangel put it the best today when he said at his press conference, quote, "I'm in the kitchen and I'm not walking out." So that's all giving us an indication that he is ready to go into this open trial, which is the House Ethics Committee, which is made up of his peers, which is even-handed with 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans. He's ready to go into this trial and essentially listen to the charges against him and then speak regarding his innocence. Remember, the House Ethics Committee, which was essentially really propped up after Speaker Pelosi took the gavel in 2006, has really done a lot of their work behind closed doors and is very secretive, obviously, because they don't want leaks, they don't want to involve the press in every step of the way. But so let's say on Thursday this goes forward. This will be the first time we've ever seen this play out since in 2002 with James Traficant. You'll see the open thing on Thursday, and then depending on how that goes, you could possibly see all sorts of recommendations, whether or not it's censure, whether or not he accepts an apology, what they give him, what's the punishment. It's really open to interpretation from the House Ethics Committee's standpoint.
All right, Luke Russert on Capitol Hill for us. You were in the middle of that storm, withstood it. Stay alert this weekend. It's funny how members of Congress, after they sleep on things like this over the weekend, suddenly may have a change of heart. I have a feeling Monday could be just as busy for you as it was today. Thank you, Luke.
Absolutely. They desperately want him to just make an apology and let all this be done with. Be well.
All righty. Thanks very much. All right.